Hello YouTube, this is Snacks, and once again, it is time for my personal, unofficial PlayStation RPG American V Awards for 2024. That's a long title. And once again, this is just my personal opinion of the games I played this year, which I did play quite a few this year. And just like last year, there are going to be multiple winners. I'm going to pick one, and the community is going to pick one because I had a voting poll. So with that, there can be two winners. However, something odd happened this year. We had ties. So they might be more than two winners. Don't be surprised. And like I said earlier, this is just my personal opinion of the games I played this year. And the reason I'm doing this is mostly just to give the games a little extra exposure because I really do enjoy the community. And a lot of these games are just absolutely amazing with just really outstanding creators. So that's one reason I do these awards, just for a little extra exposure for the games, which they do deserve. And with all that being said, let's go to the first category. Best Boss Fight. So the first category is Best Boss Fight in Game. And it's just a boss fight that's either really difficult or just really memorable. So, with that being said, we'll start with your pick. And the community voted for the Chimera, or Chimera, however you want to say it, from Succubus Apothecary Risa. It was just a really good challenging boss. And my personal pick is something different. My personal pick is Pearl End, the creepy looking girl, because it reminded me of the old Shadowgate games where it's all text based. It's a text based fight with a creepy girl, and it was just really different and unique, and it just stuck with me as an interesting fight. That's why I picked it for my winner. So the two winners again for best fight are the Chimera, or Chimera, however you want to pronounce it, from Succubus Apothecary Risa, and my personal pick is Pearl End, the creepy looking girl, for best boss fight. Best character. So the next category is best character. Is the character funny? Is it interesting? Does it drive the story? Some games don't need a good story because the characters are the story. And also for this one, the community had a tie. So there's two winners. And the winners are Succubus Apothecary Risa and Lord's Travel for the community picks. Now, if you're not familiar with Lord's Travel, the character in this, Eve, is the little fairy. The fairy is absolutely hilarious. I wish the game was just about the fairy, because the personality of the fairy just makes the game so much fun to play. And also, Succubus Apothecary Risa, the characters in it are very entertaining. So, all these characters are really fun and entertaining. And for my pick in this category, it is also Succubus Apothecary Risa. These are your two winners for best characters. Best story. Best story. Best story is something that just really for me is important for a video game. And with this category, there's two winners, kind of. I'll get to that in a second. But we'll start with the community pick. In the community pick, there's a tie. So, your winners, plural, are, for best story, Universal Code and Scales of Fate. Now, there's only two winners for this because my pick for best story is one of those. My winner for best story is Scales of Fate. It was short, sweet, but it's simple enough where I really enjoyed it and got into it. So for best story, for me, it was Scales of Fate, and the community pick was also Scales of Fate and Universal Code. Best intro. Best intro. Best intro is something that just gets you hooked right off the bat and makes you want to play the game more and more and more. So, for best intro, there again is two winners. The community tied again. A Rum's Tale and Scales of Fate for best intro. And for me personally, this was kind of a difficult choice because all these intros were short, sweet, precise, and just to the point, which I really enjoyed. But me personally, my pick is Scales of Fate. I really enjoyed that intro. It was just a nice little clean hook to get you interested in the game and just make you want to play more. So again, the two winners for best intro are A Rum's Tale, which I hope I'm saying that correctly, and Scales of Fate. Best Balanced. Best Balanced Game. So there is a lot of games I've played on here where I've just rage quit, where the enemies are either more difficult than the actual bosses, or some of the enemies are just impossible to beat. And I've just rage quit because they're improperly balanced. Now I understand making games are difficult, and especially the balancing can be, if it's the first time you've done it, it's really challenging. So I do understand that part. So that's why this award's for the games that just really took the time to make the game really well balanced. And that's what this is for. So for Best Balanced Game, there's only one winner, because me and the community picked the same game for Best Balanced Game. And the winner is Fairy Lily. Now, that's not saying the other games in this category weren't balanced. They were very well balanced also. It's just Fairy Lily stood out just a little bit more about how balanced it was. So, to all the creators on this, outstanding job. But again, the winner for me and the community is Fairy Lily for Best Balanced Game. Best Game Mechanics. Best Game Mechanics. This category covers games that have a unique aspect or game feature unique to it. And with this category, there is 3 winners. The community had a tie, and I picked someone different. So there's actually 3 winners for this one. So let's start with the community. The community winners are, for Best Game Mechanics, Fairy Lily and Within the Darkness. So for Fairy Lily, it had a unique flower system where some flowers were HP and some were MP, and they did not respawn. So it was really unique, and you had to really watch what you was doing. And Within the Darkness had a focus ability, which I really do enjoy. I've seen it close in some other games on RPG American V, but I really do enjoy this feature. It's just where you focus and you gain MP, HP, instead of attacking. It's really good. I wish more games had it. And my pick for Best Game Mechanic is Downfall, because this game had a unique shoot 'em up system, which I've not seen in that many games before, or hardly any in RPG American V. So for me, it was a really fun, unique game mechanic that I really did enjoy. So the 3 winners for Best Game Mechanic, again, are Fairy Lily, Within the Darkness, and my pick, Downfall. That is your 3 winners for Best Game Mechanics. Most Enjoyable Game. So for this category, to me, most enjoyable game just means a game that you just cannot put down. You just have to keep playing and playing. So for me personally, that's what most enjoyable game category means. And there's 2 winners. And let's start with the community winner first for most enjoyable game. And it is The Story of Patch is the winner for most enjoyable game voted by the community. And for my winner for most enjoyable game is ALNG The Boss Rush Cave. I personally could not stop playing that game. Once I picked it up and started playing it, it was just so addictive. I enjoyed everything about it. It was just an amazing game. So the 2 winners again for most enjoyable are The Story of Patch and ALNG The Boss Rush Cave. Best One Shot. So for this, it's just a category where you can sit down and just finish the game in one session. Best One Shot. And for this category, I did not vote. Now, if you're wondering why I didn't vote, there's a good reason why. The community, let's go ahead and just show the winners. And the community voted on all of them. It's a 4-way tie. I've never had this before. This is why I didn't vote, because everyone won already, apparently. Stripes of Destiny, The Haunted Graveyard, Lost Artifact, and Choose Your Own Adventure Demo are all the winners for Best One Shot in this category. I've never had this happen before, a 4-way tie. To all the games right there. So congratulations again to all 4 winners in Best One Shot. Best Dialogue. So for best dialogue, it just shows how creative some of these creators are with what they put in the game, and this award represents that. So there is 2 winners for this one. Again, there's a tie in the community, and also I picked one of the 2 winners that the community picked. So let's start with the community first. And the winners for best dialogue for the community are Succubus, Apothecary Risa, and ALNG, The Boss Rush Cave. That is your 2 winners for community picks for best dialogue. And my winner for best dialogue is ALNG, The Boss Rush Cave. For this, it felt like almost every boss fight was just its own intertwined story with just characters talking back and forth. It was just such a just outstanding job. So again, the 2 winners for best dialogue is Succubus, Apothecary Risa, and ALNG, The Boss Rush Cave. Best ending. So best ending in the game. I didn't get too many endings this year, so there's not too many to choose from. But we'll start with the community pick first. The community picked for best ending, Demons and Robots, which I really enjoyed playing that game this year. And for this game, if I remember correctly, I live streamed it, which was really fun because I played it so many times. I was really happy to get the ending. But as much as I enjoyed that game, and as much as I enjoyed all the other games on this list, best ending for me personally for this year was The Haunted Graveyard. It was a short, sweet ending, but it just fit everything so well. I just really enjoyed it. So, the 2 winners for best ending are Demons and Robots and The Haunted Graveyard. Most anticipated game update. So in RPG Maker V, there's a lot of games that leave us hanging and we just want more. So for this category, it's most anticipated updates for an RPG Maker MV game. And before I say the winners, let me just restate that all the games on this list, I want them to be completed because I enjoyed all of them on this list. So let me just get that out of the way. And the community picked for its winners, plural, Yuri and Scales of Fate for the community picks for most anticipated update for RPG Maker V game. And my pick for this category is Disco City Chapter 1. I am still waiting for an update for this game. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait for an update and play more of this game. It was really fun. And again, your 3 winners for this category are Scales of Fate, Yuri, and my pick, Disco City Chapter 1. Best in Field. So, Best in Field. This category is for games that are unique and don't really fit in too many other places that might get overlooked. So that's what this category is for. And for this category, there's 2 winners, the community and my pick. Let's start with the community first. The community picked Epic of Grey Adventure. If you've never played Epic of Grey and you like the old Zelda games, definitely give this game a try. It's amazing. And before I give my pick, let me just say all the games on this list are amazing. But my pick for Best in Field is The Haunted Graveyard. That game was just, for me personally, absolutely amazing. Everything about it was just amazing. So again, the 2 winners for Best in Field are Epic of Grey, which is adventure, and The Haunted Graveyard, which is a scary / puzzle game. Best Game Design. So for this category, it was actually suggested to me by one of my subscribers in the comments, so thank you for that. That's why we have it. So I was like, sure, let's put it on the list. So, Best Game Design and Layout are for games that, even though everyone has RPG Maker MV and has the same tools, these are for the games that just stand out. You're wondering, how did they make it? Because it just looks either amazing or it's got unique aspects of it that are just amazing. And for this category, let's start with the community pick first, as always. And the community picked Succubus, Apothecary Risa. And my pick for this category, and again, all these games are amazing, but my pick is Universal Code. just looked amazing. I was just, how did they make it look this good? So, that's the two winners for best game design and layout. Again, all these games look amazing. The two winners are Succubus Apothecarisa for the community, and my pick, Universal Code. Best overall. Here we are, the final award, best overall game for RPG Maker V that I played for 2024. Let's start with the community vote. The best overall game voted by the community. The winner is Epic of Gray for your best overall game for 2024. Now, before I say my game, let me just say once again, all these games in this category are amazing. And for the first time ever doing this, I have a tie. I could not pick. So I have two winners for mine. Because, like I said, I just couldn't pick between them. I enjoyed both of them so much. So, my two winners for best overall are ALNG, The Boss Rush Cave, and The Haunted Graveyard. I personally could not pick just one. They both were just outstanding games to me. And at the end of the day, just remember, this entire award thing is just for fun. But the winners are, for best overall, ALNG, The Boss Rush Cave, The Haunted Graveyard, and Epic of Gray are the winners for best overall for 2024. And again, let me just restate, all four of these games are amazing. And again, this has been my personal, unofficial PlayStation RPG American V Awards for 2024. I hope everyone enjoyed, and as always, thanks for watching. It means a lot.